If you could imagine our site where you would come on and you could log in and make a user profile that would have your picture, and then you could have your own blog, you could have your own gallery, you could even post videos and stuff like that and get involved in a rich interaction between different users. You know, would that be more interesting to you? Would it be cool? Do you think that it would attract more visitors to stay and get involved with our community? What do you think? We'd like to know.
It's kind of general that it's a good idea, but like not with Facebook, because there's so many rascals there. It's like,
well, that's
separately.
my concern. You know, like this rascal that logged in tonight and was making stupid comments. Would we get a lot of these people, really immature people, you know? How could we filter out those people and keep the mood nice and clean and everything? You know, these are issues that are going to come up. We were thinking in terms of adding some software to the site and then enabling different features one at a time and seeing how they work out.
Yeah, the idea is also that we could make groups. So if I register and I have my profile and like that, then you make groups of local zones, like this community being built up in Texas.
What if you came to the front page of our site? Because most of the visitors who come to the front page. What if you came to the front page and there was immediately something there that said, what part of the world are you from? You can join a local group. Would that be more interesting? You think that would be exciting? We want to know what you think.
Sounds better, yes.
Yeah, that's a better idea.
That's nice.
Yeah, I think really the whole thing is going to depend on how we present it, and exactly. We're going to have to play around and try some different options. You know, the problem is not that there isn't a way to do it. The problem is that there's too many ways of doing it, and some of them might be good, some of them might not be so good, or you know, encourage rascaldom or. Yeah, and we're just going to have to experiment around a little bit. But, you know, our stats keep going up and up and up. I mean, it's amazing. But I just don't see that many people sticking around and becoming like students on the Moodle side. We haven't had, even though we've had, the front end has grown in terms of the number of visitors and so on. The number of students has not grown in the same way. I haven't seen that come through yet. So either we're getting more rascals and they're not interested, so they go away.
Yeah, I think the gap is starting to be too big because we're talking about nectar of devotion and like that. So it's kind of far away from where people are coming in. So I think this kind of social group approach is much better, because people are already used to registering to that kind of service. And if you see, oh, there's a group in Texas or Canada, then at least I can chat more like relaxed, informal.
Yeah.
And then the focalizer would have to be basically very, very, what's the word? Yeah, like a moderator. Aware of who's coming in and out, and like invite, hey, why don't you come here or go there?
Yeah, like on Facebook, people can create groups for special interests. And I don't know if we would want to let anybody just create a group, but maybe just the administrators create different groups, and then we, you know, like we could have regional groups for different parts of the world, and then we could have maybe a 2012 group and a community group, you know, for people specifically interested in those things.
One of the objectives is that we could grow to the next level without completely overwhelming us, because we're like 6 or something.
Yeah, right now we're like completely fully
But
engaged.
if there's suddenly 200 or 500 people wanting to register, who's gonna? So if we have some kind of social networking, at least focalizers, and there would be several layers of everyone helping others.
To engage the community in a self-regulating or
exactly.
self-help.
Yeah, there comes a point where we just can't. I mean, there's so many people that we can't serve.
That's true. If we really want to get to the next level, we're going to have to engage the community in talking with all these new people and somehow engaging them, somehow involving them in our association. And that would lead eventually to establishing local groups and all, just like what we want.
Yes, it's like not everyone can become a monk, as we were saying. So the persons who are devotees and are very interested, but can't leave family life for other reasons, that they need lots of volunteers or people who are interested in their areas.
Plus, our mission is different. Our mission here, well, besides preaching, is to preserve the lineage. To preserve the lineage. And that's actually a different mission than reaching out and, making new devotees and, helping people on a local level, a local community with outreach and stuff like that. I mean, it's really easy to help people. All you have to do is get them chanting. If somebody starts to chant, and especially if they chant this Vishnu Sahasranam, their whole life is going to turn around very quickly. Vishnu Sahasranam is so powerful. So even if they just watch the videos and they hear it, a bunch of people chanting Vishnu Sahasranam is a very powerful image, very powerful impression. And this will help them very much. So if you can just get some people together and start watching the videos with them, that would be the basis for some kind of community group in your local area. Anybody can do this. And we want to encourage as many students as possible. So the way we're doing it now, by dividing up into different geographical areas, that's a start. But we need to make the process much, much easier so that people can use tools that they're already familiar with, that operate the same way as sites that they already know, like Facebook and like that. So, and there are 2 or 3 software packages out there that do that. So we're going to be experimenting around and trying to find one that works well with our site, and hopefully that's free. We already spent so much on that Wirecast. It's like, give me a break. And I think we found one, what's that called?
Elg.
Elg? Yeah. At least it's not called, Glooble or something like that. Clonk. I mean, software has such weird names nowadays. So yeah, we're going to try that one and, set up a test and try a few of the features, see how it works, get some feedback, and then maybe we'll decide, how to go from there. We're always exploring because we want to take our site and our community also to the next level, whatever that means. And every level that you go through, it's different. There's a different challenge and there's a different solution. And so it's very interesting, because we've never done this before. We're all just experimenting and learning as we go. So we're trying different things, and some of them work better than others. So as we learn, we'll make these features available to everybody. And please let us know how you like them. Don't be shy. We need the feedback. And, we may like it, but if you don't like it, and if our visitors don't like it, it's not going to work, huh? So you need to tell us, you need to let us know.
In theory, we shouldn't be doing this kind of approach. It's just because, again, we're in an emergency phase, isn't it? I mean, we would be completely okay being 10, 12 people and that's it.
We're fine. I mean, actually, we're doing fine. Our community is doing fine. You know, some people are spreading the thought that, oh, you know, they're failing in Chile, so they're going off to India. They're giving up in Chile and going off somewhere else. But that's not true. Actually, we could stay here indefinitely. We'd be fine. We'd be okay here. I mean, we went out to Kaburga today and visited Ziggy, and you know, one of the things we were saying is that, you know, people here are cool. You know, it's Pucón is like the Santa Cruz of Chile. It's okay to be a little different here. It's okay to be a little weird, you know, and we're not half as weird as some of the people here. Remember those guys we saw out in front of the grocery the other day? Oh boy. Anyway, we wouldn't want to be that weird. So, you know, we fit in here just fine. You know, people like